Hello everyone. Today I'll go through how you can create an entire podcast season in about 10 minutes. And I'll walk through the steps to generating the episodes, to creating the audio, to creating a jingle and everything. We're going to be using ChatGPT, Google Sheets, Claude, and Zapier with Sono, which is an AI music generator. So let's go through the steps here. I simply asked ChatGPT to create 40 episodes covering the basics of a financial podcast. And it came up with a few suggestions, as you can see here. It was a bit too broad, so I asked it to instead just come up with episodes on specifically about the financial metrics of investing. And it came up with 10 episodes here. So after coming up with these 10 episodes, I asked it to output this in a table format. And it put it in Markdown here. And what this did is enables me to copy this as a table, like this. And I pasted it into a Google Sheets. So that's the second step. First, find your niche, create the different episodes, ask for, the thing I asked for was the title and then a little short description about the episode. We're going to be using this information later as we produce the podcast episodes. So once you've copied and pasted them into your Google Sheets like this, we can move over to trying to tailor a prompt. And this I already did because it took some time. But once you have the prompt, you'll be able to reuse it all the time. Here's my prompt. I simply wrote it, write a podcast manuscript in a natural way for the podcast, and then Investing for Beginners by Alice Labs. Write it like an actual transcript, output nothing more than text in the podcast, no titles, no bullets, no other things, because the voice models have a bit of a problem with this when you have it in other formats. It doesn't sound that natural. Use easy to understand analogies and comparisons, and you should go in depth on each thing, but explain them for beginners. Also finish the podcast with a segue over to the next episode. Also remember to write extremely long podcasts because it tends to write them really short. So here is what the episode is about. And this little value here comes from the Google Sheets, and we're going to be dynamically replacing this one later as we create all of the episodes in a bulk. Yeah, and then I've just pasted all of the other episodes so it knows where we are. So let's copy this one. That's our prompt. Here was the output. Pretty good. And let's move over to Zapier because we want to be able to create them all in bulk. So the first step in Zapier, as you go into Zapier, you need to create a zap and you'll be shown this empty table. You need a trigger, and that's first trigger in this case will be a Google Sheets. So go ahead and choose that one. After that, we will have the trigger event of a new or updated spreadsheet row. Let's go ahead and choose that one. Choose my account. And choose the spreadsheet that you want to read from. We only have one sheet in that one, and let's choose a trigger column. And in this case, I have added a column called generate. I usually do this, and this means that only if something changes in that column, it should go ahead and trigger the automation. So let's test this, and it's finding the records there. Go ahead with one of these ones. The next step is to add a step with OpenAI. All right, so just search for OpenAI. There is the ChatGPT step as well. Don't use that one, use the OpenAI one. And I've already added this, so I'll go ahead and show you the one that I added. And as the event here, you want to convert text to speech. Choose your account. And here we have the thing that we want to convert. Oh, the next step after you've configured the trigger is to add an AI step. So I'm using Claude in this case, but you can just as well use ChatGPT. You have to use a VPN to get the API key for Claude, but it's a lot better in my opinion. So let's use that one. And here we want to paste in the system prompt that we created before. And we want to exchange some of these things to dynamic fields. And it's going to be the episode, the introduction, or the episode, the title, and the description. So let's add 3 things here, and then we can just go ahead and choose something from this spreadsheet that we've uploaded. And the first one will be the episode. And then we'll do the title. And then the description. So what this means is that you're basically always changing these ones from whatever the trigger column is. And it will fill the prompt with these words every time. Now we need to output this text and convert it into a voice. So we do this by adding another step, which is going to be an OpenAI step. You can use 11 Labs as well, but the ChatGPT ones are actually a lot better than 11 Labs now. So I've added a ChatGPT or an OpenAI step, and in here, go ahead and choose the event, convert text to speech. Then choose your account, and here we need to change and in here, what text should we convert? Well, it's going to be the output from the Claude model. So response content text from Claude. We can go ahead and choose different voices here. Output format should be MP3 and continue. We will test this step. And we got the result here. So let's try that one out, see how it sounds. And there we go.
Hello, and welcome to the Investing for Beginners podcast by Alice Labs. In this episode, we're going to dive into the world of advanced financial analysis. Buckle up, because we're going to cover a lot of ground. Let's start with the concept of forecasting and projections. As investors, we're always trying to look into the future and predict how a company might perform. This is where financial projections come.
All right, so as you can hear, it sounds a lot more natural than 11 Labs. Even though 11 Labs is really good, I think it struggles with the rhythm that it talks with. And the GPT voices actually sounds a lot more natural. So the next one will be to output this result somewhere. You can choose whatever you want. I chose the Google Drive. So add a Google Drive step, and let's choose, in this case, my drive. I've created a folder called Podcasts Alice Labs, and then for the file, I'll choose the output from the ChatGPT steps. And that's it. Yeah. All right, so now we are ready to try out the actual bulk function. So what we've done here is we have created an idea of 10 different episodes that's covering all of the beginners' knowledge in investments or investments in stocks. Let's go ahead and try to generate all of this at the same time. And remember, we chose a trigger at the generate column. So whenever we change something here, it's going to trigger the automation. It's going to send all of these fields here into the next step, which is a Claude model with the pre-prompt. And then it's going to output the manuscript, which is then going to be sent to ChatGPT for conversion into speech. And then it's going to be saved into our Google Drive. So let's try this. Just do any change into this column, like so. And let's create 10 like that. And now we can just wait and see all of the episodes coming in here into my Google Drive. And as we wait, let's come up with a jingle to the podcast. So I recently just tried Sono. Let me show you. So I wrote this prompt here, an intro to Alice Labs investing podcasts for beginners. Let's create a jingle. Investing 101. Let's hear the first one.
Get your money, time to invest. Alice Labs, we're the best. We got tips and tricks to help you grow from beginner to pro. We'll let you know.
Stacking up the cash, that's what we do. Talking about money, that's just for you. Alice Labs.
Get your money, time to invest. Alice Labs, we're the best.
Alice Labs, we're the
We got
best.
tips and tricks to help you grow from beginner to pro. We'll let you know. Stocks and bonds, ain't no time to waste. Let us guide you to that financial taste. We'll break it down.
Oh yes.
Step by step.
I think this one is my favorite. But let's try one more time. Okay. The first one was hip hop. This one, I don't know. Maybe it should be more like a jingle. Let's see what this comes up with then. I don't know how many credits you get each day for this. Okay, let's look at these ones. Maybe they're better.
Welcome to the part where we break it down. Investing for beginners. No need to frown, we'll teach you the ropes. Make it easy to see. Building wealth step by step. Just like ABC. From stocks to bonds, we've got it all. Explaining the jargon, we won't let you fall. Tune in every week with Alice by your side. You'll understand the market. Take that high ride. Alice Labs Investing Podcast. Here we go. Learn the secrets of.
We got a jingle. We got 5 jingles or 8 jingles. Let's try one just instrumental. I think would be great as well. Let's now go back to our file here. As you see, the podcast episodes have been created. Let's have a look in the first one, for example, understanding the balance sheet.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Investing for Beginners by Alice Labs. In this episode, we'll be diving deep into the understanding of the balance sheet, one of the core financial statements that every investor should be familiar with. The balance sheet is a snapshot of a company's financial position at a specific point in time. It's like a photograph that captures the company's assets, liabilities, and shareholders' equity. This information is crucial for evaluating a company's financial health.
All right, so that's the result, and as you see, you can easily create them in bulk and for different niches. And we'll go ahead and upload this on iTunes with our new jingle. And that's all for today. See ya, bye-bye.